in the menstrual cycle is, you can see, so first they have shown the pituitary hormones. I've already told you the pituitary hormone levels. Again, we will repeat that the hypothalamus secretes various factors like the gonadotropin releasing factors, and those factors travel to the anterior pituitary. They travel to the anterior pituitary and reach the anterior pituitary, and the anterior pituitary is stimulated to release the gonadotropins FSH and LH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. They are released by the pituitary. Now these two hormones, along with the ovarian hormones, they regulate the entire menstrual cycle of the female reproductive cycle. तो आप ओवेरियन इवेंट्स में देखो, यहाँ से यहाँ तक ओवेरियन इवेंट्स है, एंड यहाँ पे मैंने आपको बताया था, आई टोल्ड यू दैट सबसे पहले फॉलिकुलर फेज होता है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक फॉलिकुलर फेज है. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द ओवेरियन साइकिल, ठीक है. तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक फॉलिकुलर फेज है, इसमें तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए. फॉलिकुलर फेज में देखो क्या हो रहा है. I told you 60,000 to 80,000 of the primary oocytes arrested at the you know, the dictate stage at the meiosis 1 stage were waiting for their turn in the ovary, in both the ovaries, and some of them, around 400 to 450, get the chance, and out of them every month around 15 to 20 of the follicles start showing development. So the development means, you know, वो primordial से primary बनते, देखो जो zona granulosa develop हो रहा है, and all these layers start developing. I told you the follicular genesis का पूरा steps होने लगता है. So you can see वो बड़ा होने लगता है, and you have the various stages like primordial, primary, secondary. But इसमें से भी you will see in the later stages, like, you know, the first day you will see all these follicles developing. By the seventh day कोई एक follicle dominant हो जाता है, and that is the that you know takes the form of the mature Graafian follicle. Mature Graafian follicle बन जाता है. ये mature Graafian follicle on the 14th day. Graafian follicle का structure I've already told you. All right. So on the 14th day, it bursts and releases the secondary oocyte, and this is the remnant. This gets transformed into the corpus luteum. So 7 to 14th day में वही development complete होता है. Development, you are asking me 7 to 14th day ना, तो ovarian cycle का 0 to or 1st to 14th day, you just make it 1st to 14th day is your follicular phase. So पहले first week में तो they start developing, then, you know, one of them gets selected. 7 to 14 day में the transformation from secondary to the Graafian follicle takes place, and finally it is matured. And then when the LH, look at the LH surge, यहाँ पे देखो LH का just look at the concentration of LH नीचे है पहले, the concentration is less, little stable. It starts rising, and it takes a surge, there's an LH surge just before the ovulation. Similarly for FSH, देखो FSH developing follicles जो है ना, ये FSH ये क्या करता है, follicles को develop करने में भी help करता है. So FSH binds to the granulosa cells and LH binds to the theca interna. तो इसका बाइंडिंग साइट है थीका इंटरना, एंड इसका बाइंडिंग साइट है थीका इंटरना. इसका बाइंडिंग सेंटर ग्रैनुलोसा सेल्स. एंड आई टोल्ड यू कि LH जब बाइंड करता है टू द थीका इंटरना सेल्स, एंड्रोजेंस प्रोड्यूस करता है which move to the granulosa cells, and then the androgens get transformed. उनका aromatization होता है, and they get transformed into estrogens. Estrogens further stimulate these follicles to mature, or this process continues. जैसे जैसे follicle stimulating hormone जब release हुआ है, it's in high concentration. जैसे जैसे concentration उसका घटता जा रहा है, you can see follicles एक बार mature हो गए, now no more of them is going to mature. And then corpus luteum, and then finally इसका भी एक surge आता है, FSH का भी एक हल्का सा surge आता है just before ovulation, and then it decreases because now follicles are not developing. So what exactly does the corpus luteum do that the follicles don't develop? Remember, ये तीन hormones produce करता है, progesterone, estrogen and inhibin. Inhibin has got a feedback control. It goes and goes and has a feedback control that it decreases the secretion of FSH. So FSH becomes less, so follicle development is going to be, it's going to be stopped till this cycle is over. Okay. So 7 to 14 day, did you understand what happens in the ovarian phase, in the ovarian cycle? Did you understand what happens in the ovarian cycle? Shruti, did you understand now? Okay. So you've understood, है ना? So 7 to 14 day में बस कुछ नहीं होता है in the ovarian cycle, वो बस अपना development complete करता है. It's just completing its development, getting transformed into a mature Graafian follicle. अब एकदम एक दिन में तो नहीं हो जाएगा ना, थोड़ा time लगता है उसको होने के लिए. So by the 14th day, it is like totally ready for ovulation. And let's surge आना बहुत जरूरी है so that the Graafian follicles burst and the ovum is released. So, okay. अब देखो, ये वाला फेज तो ल्यूटिल फेज है, और ये आपको पता है वाई ल्यूटिल फेज, बिकॉज ऑफ द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम. कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम बनता है 15 डेज तक ऐसे ही रहता है, बिकॉज इट हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड, इट हैज टू गेट अ सिग्नल कि इट हैज टू मेंटेन इटसेल्फ और जस्ट get transformed into this whitish scar. तो यहाँ पे देखो प्रेगनेंसी हैज नॉट टेकन प्लेस, तो वो कैसे रिग्रेस हो रहा है, रिग्रेसिंग कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम. यू कैन सी रिग्रेसिंग कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम. सो कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम के दो फेट है, या if fertilization takes place, this is going to be maintained, and if fertilization does not take place, it gets transformed. वो धीरे धीरे डाइजेस्ट होता है और एक व्हाइटिश स्कार में बदल जाता है, जिसको बोलते हैं व्हाइट बॉडी ऑफ कॉर्पस एल्बिकेंस. व्हाइट बॉडी और कॉर्पस एल्बिकेंस. समझ में आया? सो आई थिंक ओवेरियन साइकिल इज क्लियर टू यू. ओवेरियन साइकिल क्लियर हो गया. अब देखो उसी समय मींस यूट्रस में क्या हो रहा है. नाउ यूट्रस रिसीव्स हार्मोन्स. All this estrogen hormone which is being released by the developing follicles, it is there in the blood. And what happens to this estrogen? I told you yesterday that estrogens, the membrane of the estrogen goes and binds to the to the endometrium lining of the uterus. एंडोमेट्रियम लाइनिंग ऑफ द यूट्रस में जाके वो बाइंड हो जाता है. तो यहाँ तक हमने स्टॉप किया था ना कि एंडोमेट्रियम लाइनिंग ऑफ द यूट्रस में जाके क्या होता है. तो मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि एस्ट्रोजन जाके बाइंड हो जाता है टू द एंडोमेट्रियम लाइनिंग ऑफ द यूट्रस. पहले just roughly see these events which take place. Now uterine events also, again a 28-day cycle that we have taken. इसमें we have divided it into 4 phases. Again menstrual phase, follicular phase or proliferative phase, luteal phase, a secretory phase, and उसके बाद का menstrual phase 1 to 3 या 1 to 4 हो सकता है. 3 से लेकर के 14 तक is the proliferative phase. So I'm going to explain you proliferative phase अलग से. ठीक है, I'm going to explain you proliferative phase again. उसके बाद 15 से लेके 28 days, 15 to 28 day is the secretory phase. Why it is called so, I'm going to explain you. So इसका ध्यान रखो, menstrual, proliferative and secretory phase. ठीक है, ovulation नहीं बोल रहे इसमें because uterus में तो कोई ovulation नहीं होता है. So whatever hormones are secreted by the ovary and they reach the blood, they control all the changes taking place in the uterus. So I'm explaining you the proliferative phase of the uterine cycle in the menstrual phase. So proliferative phase, what happens in the proliferative phase? Now see what happens. Yesterday I told you that let us just draw a structure of the uterus. And in today's class, I will also continue with the secondary sexual organs of the female. And there will be one lecture on the male also. So don't miss these lectures. They are very important. So suppose this is the, uterus, and what has the blood brought? The blood brought estrogen. Okay. So estrogen hormone is there in the blood. Now you know that the hormones bind to special receptors. Now these are the linings of the uterus. I will tell you further that the uterus has 3 linings. The outermost perimetrium, middle myometrium, and the innermost is endometrium. So we are concerned with the endometrium. So what happens is estrogen comes and binds to the endometrium. And what changes it does over here? It induces the mitosis of the endometrial cells. So सबसे पहला काम क्या करता है? It induces mitosis of the endometrial cells. So inside the endometrium there are cells, and these cells become active and start dividing mitotically. This layer of cell is called stratum basalis. Stratum basalis because वो base पे है, and इसके साथ साथ these cells they also develop these endometrial glands. Endometrial glands बहुत important है. They only make the endometrial lining secretory. ये जो greenish structures है ना, these are endometrial glands. These are endometrial glands. ठीक है, तो देखो क्या हुआ, एस्ट्रोजन हार्मोन आया, it bind to the receptors on the endometrium or the uterine lining, induced rapid mitosis of the stratum basalis. It also developed endometrial glands. अब ये डिवाइड करके ये stratum basalis है, ये एक और लेयर बनाता है and that is stratum functionalis. एक और लेयर ऑफ सेल्स, ये जो ऑरेंज में सेल्स है ना, this is stratum. This is stratum functionalis. This is the layer you were asking yesterday, no? This is the layer. This is the layer that that is shed during the menstrual cycle. This is the layer. This is the layer that is shed during the menstrual cycle. This is the layer that is shed during the menstrual cycle. Okay, so what happens exactly is the estrogen is there in the blood. That estrogen travels from the blood, reaches the uterus, and what happens is reaches the uterus and binds to the endometrium lining, induces mitosis of the stratum basalis. Stratum basalis further develops endometrial glands and another layer called stratum functionalis. So all these events, they increase the thickness of the uterine lining or the endometrium lining, and the thickness goes up to 4 to the endometrium lining thicken. Because of this addition of stratum functionalis, the endometrial lining thickens up to 4 to 10 millimeters. 4 to 10 millimeters. Because during every cycle, the uterus doesn't know whether the secondary oocyte or the ovum will be fertilized or not. So वो अपनी तैयारी करके रखता है, वो thick हो जाता है. उसके बाद एस्ट्रोजन तो ये काम करता है. उसके बाद एस्ट्रोजन एंड प्रोजेस्टेरॉन now make this layer secretory. ब्लड में प्रोजेस्टेरॉन हार्मोन भी है, ब्लड में एस्ट्रोजन हार्मोन भी है. एस्ट्रोजन हार्मोन ने ये सारा चीज किया. Now estrogen and progesterone hormone, what do? They make this layer, they make the endometrial lining. This is estrogen and progesterone. They make the endometrial lining secretory. इसीलिए इसके बाद के फेज को secretory phase बोलते हैं. क्यों? Because the estrogen and progesterone make the endometrial lining secretory. तो ये जो endometrial glands है ना, they become really active. And who is secreting the estrogen and progesterone? Corpus luteum. ये corpus luteum ने भी secrete किया है ना इनको. Corpus luteum है, इसने secrete किया estrogen and progesterone. तो इसने 3 चीजें secrete किया है. Inhibin भी secrete किया है. Inhibin जाके हाइपोथैलेमस को ऑर्डर देता है कि चलो अब FSH कम प्रोड्यूस करो because the cycle has started and let's not confuse the follicles now. ठीक है. So एस्ट्रोजन एंड प्रोजेस्टेरॉन जो सिक्रीट हुआ है ये एंडोमेट्रियल लाइनिंग पे एक्ट करता है. एस्ट्रोजन ने तो अपना काम कर दिया, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, इसको थिक कर दिया. नाउ दीज टू टुगेदर further stimulate these the secretory activity of the endometrial glands, further stimulate the activity of the endometrial glands. And what do they do? वो क्या करते हैं? They promote growth and coiling of the gland. And what do? They further thicken the endometrial lining up to 12 to 18 millimeters. देखो पहले वो इतना हो गया, इसके बाद इतना हो गया. Due to the secretory activity of the endocrine gland, of the endometrial gland, you know what happens? This endometrial lining is thickened to 12 to 18 millimeter. और ये सारे changes कब हो रहे हैं? These are all preparatory changes. ये peak पे आता है when 7 days after ovulation ये changes होता है, 7 days after ovulation. So while ovary में ovulation has taken place, within a week ये सारे changes, these changes take place in the uterine lining. अब देखो उसका fate क्या है? What is the fate of this lining? If fertilization does not occur, if fertilization does not occur, तो क्या होगा? अगर fertilization occur नहीं करेगा, so first of all you understood all this. This is the proliferative phase. अब देखो if fertilization does not take place, तो इस लाइनिंग का क्या होगा? If fertilization does not take place, तो इस लाइनिंग का क्या होगा? What will be the fate of this lining? Uterus does not know whether fertilization has taken place or not taken place. Now, when it is clear that fertilization has not taken place, तो क्या होगा? Corpus luteum, corpus albicans में बदल जाएगा, and the concentration of progesterone will go down. Okay, प्रोजेस्टेरॉन नीचे चला जाएगा, एस्ट्रोजन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन नीचे चला जाएगा, and because of this there will be, and because of this is called withdrawal of the progesterone. This is called withdrawal of the progesterone, and इसके वजह से menstruation होता है, मतलब next phase start हो जाता है. This is called withdrawal of, ये क्वेश्चन पूछता है, withdrawal of progesterone. So progesterone is the hormone जिसकी कमी की वजह से जब concentration कम होने लगता है, then what happens? This lining is shed. That means this, I'm talking about this, the stratum functionalis is shed, and this is what is menstruation that we see. Okay, so proliferative phase समझ में आ गया. Proliferative phase ये phase था when the endometrium lining was thickened, mitosis हुआ, endometrium glands developed, then stratum functionalis developed. Okay, so all this was proliferative phase in the uterus. Then secretory phase was when it further thickened, the activity of the endometrial lining increased because of the combined action of estrogen and progesterone. It became secretory. Endocrine glands started secreting substances like glycogen and all, and further thickened the lining to 12 to 18 millimeters. I will show you in the graph कि कैसे उसका lining और thick दिखाएगा. All these changes take place 7 days after the ovulation, and the endometrial lining becomes thick up to 12 to 18 millimeters. Now, when fertilization does not take place, corpus luteum is not maintained, it changes into corpus albicans. The level of progesterone goes down because corpus luteum was producing progesterone. Due to withdrawal of progesterone, what happens? This results in menstruation. यहाँ पे you can see, ये तो समझा दिया था ovarian events. यहाँ पे देखो day 1 to day 3 menses लिखा है ना, ये वही है when there is withdrawal of when fertilization does not take place, corpus luteum changes into corpus albicans, level of progesterone is less. So what happens? Menses takes place. That means shedding of the uterine lining. So the uterine lining is shed. Now by third to fourth day, what happens is again it starts preparing, and due to the high level of estrogen, I mean due to the increasing level of estrogen, देखो ये थर्ड से लेके 14th डे में वो स्ट्रैटम बेसालिस स्ट्रैटम फंक्शनैलिस डेवलप होता है, ठीक है. सो दिस इज थर्ड टू 14th डे. नाउ फर्दर एंडोमेट्रियल ग्लैंड्स का एक्टिविटी इंक्रीज होता है, तो वो फर्दर यू कैन सी फ्रॉम द 14th टू द फ्रॉम द 15th टू द 28th डे यू कैन सी वो और ज्यादा थिक हो जा रहा है. दिस इज द एंडोमेट्रियल लाइनिंग, वो और ज्यादा थिक हो जा रहा है. उसके बाद अगेन ये फेज आ जाता है मेंसेस का. सो दीज आर द साइक्लिक चेंजेस दैट टेक प्लेस. पहले मेंस्ट्रुएशन होगा, फिर प्रोलिफरेटिव फेज होगा, फिर सिक्रेटरी फेज होगा, ठीक है. इफ यू लुक एट द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द हार्मोन्स यू विल सी, देखो प्रोजेस्टेरॉन का लेवल, देखो प्रोजेस्टेरॉन का लेवल पहले कांस्टेंट था बिकॉज मेंसेस हुआ. प्रोजेस्टेरॉन का लेवल बिकॉज कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम नहीं था, तो वो एकदम गायब नहीं होता है, बट लाइक इट इज लेसर लेसर एंड स्टार्ट्स इंक्रीजिंग जैसे जैसे वो कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम बनेगा. जैसे कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम बन रहा है, फॉलिकल्स ने जैसे बनाया, आई मीन कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम में जैसे बनाया, वैसे जैसे now the increase in peak of the corpus luteum is proportional to the thickness of the uterine lining. देखो जितना ज्यादा ये पीक बनाएगा उतना ही थिक ये होगा, because this is the this helps in maintaining the pregnancy, maintaining that endometrial lining. और ये maintain हो गया. अब जैसे ही सिग्नल मिला कि fertilization has not taken place, corpus luteum decrease होने लगा, progesterone का level decrease होने लगा, this endometrial lining becomes, I mean loses, is shed off, और वो thin होता जा रहा है, and then वो फिर से इस phase में आ गया. So all of this is clear to you, पूरी अच्छी तरह से clear है. So this is the menstruation. देखो menstrual cycle मतलब involving events of the ovarian cycle and the uterine cycle, ovarian cycle and the uterine cycle. अब देखो what are the events that take place? Let's start. Menstrual cycle includes shedding of the endometrial lining of uterus with bleeding. मैंने आपको बता दिया. याद रखना कभी भी egg shed नहीं होता है. Egg if it is not fertilized, that means the ovum, the secondary oocyte, वैसे secondary oocyte we have to say, which is not fertilized, that is digested by phagocytosis in the fallopian tube itself. ये कभी मत समझना कि it comes into the, because it is dead, no, how can it travel to the uterus now? Menarche is the onset of, it is the onset of the menstrual cycle. So onset of the menstrual cycle is menarche. Okay. Menopause is the stoppage which takes place 45 to 50 years. The period of menstrual cycle is counted from the onset of flow. So the period is counted from the first day of the menstrual flow till the 28th day, if it is a 28 days cycle. But I told you it's not necessarily कि वो 28 day cycle रहेगा. पहला phase is the menstrual phase. Blood is discharged due to rupturing of the blood vessels. I told you वो thickening जो हो जाती है, and due to decrease in estrogen and progesterone hormone. They do not clot. Follicular phase or the proliferative phase. It is also called the proliferative phase. Now this is follicle stimulating hormone. ये जो you know there's this inhibin goes and the follicle stimulating hormone released from the anterior pituitary upon the order of the hypothalamus, I told you. It helps in developing the follicles into a mature Graafian follicle that secretes estrogen. ये बात तो हो गई कि developing follicles they secrete estrogen. Estrogen क्या करता है? Comes and binds to the uterine epithelium and makes it thicker. All right. Ovulation takes place on the 14th day under the effect of LH. LH surge आना चाहिए. LH surge आना चाहिए just before ovulation. Ovum is viable. Ovum नहीं secondary oocyte बोलना, viable for 24 hours. Just it waits. Next phase is luteal phase or the secretory phase. मतलब secretory phase with respect to the uterus and luteal with respect to the ovary. So corpus luteum keeps secreting maximum 21st day तक secrete करता रहता है. I told you 1 to 4 millimeter या 5 millimeter तक it becomes thick. So if fertilization occurs, then the cycle is stopped. Otherwise, it continues. Again, it breaks and all that. HCG is the human chorionic gonadotropin. इसके बारे में मैं बताऊंगी कि what happens is एक बार pregnancy हो जाती है. That means once fertilization takes place, then HCG hormone that sends signals to the corpus luteum. I'm going to explain you this. ठीक है कि क्या होता है. These are some clinical symptoms associated with the menstrual cycle. Dysamenorrhea, painful menses, amenorrhea, non-occurrence of menses due to some hormonal disturbances, oligomenorrhea, irregular menstrual cycle. So these are the terms. You could just once look at them. So these are some of the important events that take place during the menstrual cycle. All right. अब देखो ये पूरा overview है. This is the full overview. इसको देखो. You will understand better. क्लब कर दिया है यूटराइन एंड इसको मतलब ओवेरियन साइकिल और यूटराइन साइकिल ये दोनों मिला के मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल के इवेंट्स हैं. सो यू कैन सी हाइपोथैलेमस है, उसमें से गोनाडोट्रोपिन रिलीजिंग हार्मोन निकला. इट ट्रैवल टू द एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी रिलीज्ड एफएसएच एंड एलएच. एफएसएच का इफेक्ट फॉलिकल्स पे क्या है, ये पूरा फॉलिकुलोजेनेसिस में हेल्प करता है. एलएच क्या करता है, ये जो मैच्योर ग्राफिन फॉलिकल आया इसको बर्स्ट करवाता है एंड रिलीजेस हेल्प्स इन ओव्यूलेशन. फ्रेशली फॉर्म्ड कॉर्पस luteum is called corpus hemorrhagicum. This is very important. Freshly formed इस टर्म को याद कर लो, corpus hemorrhagicum. This is very important. Freshly formed corpus luteum is called corpus hemorrhagicum. Now see what this corpus luteum is doing. It is secreting progesterone, estrogen and some amount of inhibin also. अगर fertilization नहीं हुआ, it gets converted into corpus albicans, which is also called a white body, उसके pigments नहीं रहते. और this is called, corpus luteum is called a yellow body due to lutein pigment. So yellow body. Developing follicles release estrogen. ये जो estrogen है, it goes and binds to the lining of the endometrium lining. And यहाँ से जब start करते हो, first to fourth phase is the bleeding. उसके बाद fifth approximately वो lining thick होने लगती है because of the mitosis induced in the stratum basalis. तो देखो proliferative phase में it is just increasing. Secretory phase में endometrium line glands secrete certain nutritive substances and the thickness of the uterine lining further increases. एक point of time के बाद आके देखो जब यहाँ पे corpus luteum degenerates into corpus albicans, ये lining भी shed हो जाती है. And last में देखो, this is a very important graph that they ask you. सबका concentration देखो 0 to 28 day का plot किया है. Let us start with LH. LH को देखो, this yellowish one is LH. LH का concentration कम रहता है and so it like estrogen जब एक बार बनता है, so it also stimulates LH. So this LH is decreasing. I mean, it's reduced and slowly as the follicles develop and as the Greffin follicle matures, there's an LH surge. And when ovulation has taken place, again the concentration of LH goes down. So this is the place where ovulation takes place, where there is this LH surge. Now FSH you can see, FSH ऐसे बनता रहता है. ये blue वाला देखो, this is FSH. FSH बन रहा है. So when the follicles are developing in the follicular phase, remember follicular phase, initial phase, तो उनका number rise करता है. जैसे जैसे Greffin follicle बना, now the follicles are not being formed. उसका भी एक छोटा सा surge आता है and then it decreases. So you can see, so they are increasing as the follicles are developing, then they become slightly constant, then there's a surge and then they decrease. All right. Coming to estrogen. Estrogen is a hormone produced by the ovary, by the developing follicles in the ovary. Estrogen भी देखो ये dotted, this is the dotted green line. इसको देखो ध्यान से. The follicle इनिशियली बहुत छोटे हैं, दे आर डेवलपिंग, तो एस्ट्रोजन का लेवल बहुत कम है. स्लोली द डेवलपिंग फॉलिकल्स दे स्टार्ट इंक्रीजिंग एस्ट्रोजन. सो एस्ट्रोजन बढ़ता जाता है. जैसे जैसे एस्ट्रोजन बढ़ रहा है, सो यू विल सी ये सब लाइनिंग मेंड हो रहा है, एंड उसका भी एक पीक आता है. देन यू नो व्हाट हैपेंस, जैसे कॉपस एल्बिकन्स बनेगा, मतलब जैसे कॉपस ल्यूटियम, नाउ दिस इज आल्सो एसोसिएटेड विद कॉपस ल्यूटियम. कॉपस ल्यूटियम जैसे जैसे डिक्रीज होता जाएगा, दिस इज आल्सो गोइंग टू डिक्रीज because corpus luteum secretes progesterone and estrogen. And finally progesterone, ये brown line, ये कम है. now देखो ये कभी nil नहीं होता है, because from the earlier cycle there is corpus luteum has produced progesterone, so progesterone का level बहुत कम है. जैसे as the corpus luteum is formed, the level of progesterone rises, and then it decreases as the corpus albicans is formed. All right, so don't confuse progesterone with estrogen. Estrogen is secreted by the developing follicles. ये दोनों ओवरी के हार्मोन है, ये दोनों ओवरी के हार्मोन है, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen secreted by the developing follicles, ये देखो, and progesterone secreted by the corpus luteum. In fact, corpus luteum secretes progesterone as well as estrogen. तो ये देखो एस्ट्रोजन का तो कंबाइंड, उसका भी एक सर्ज आता है, क्योंकि डेवलपिंग फॉलिकल्स आर आल्सो सिक्रीटिंग इट. LH भी you know it is LH also, you know, it secretes the, finally stimulates the secretion of estrogen. पता था ना कि वो, I told you that it gets you know, it stimulates the granulosa cells, and granulosa cells में what happens, that androgen which it produces gets transformed into estrogen. So ये फिर again there's a peak of this. So when the follicles are developing, it is increasing. As the corpus luteum is formed, it decreases. Again, it starts increasing. So iska ek peak aata hai, फिर it decreases, and then it starts increasing. I hope this is clear to you. You can just have a look of what happens once, and ask your doubts. Put your doubts in the chat box. Human chorionic gonadotropin. I will tell you about this. HCG, the presence of HCG in the urine is an indicator of pregnancy. Human chorionic gonadotropin. So ovary was totally clear to you. Ovary was the main gonad. It was the female reproductive part that produced gametes. So it is the primary sex organ. We had done ovary. We have done various important events related to ovary. Now we shall move to the oviduct. Oviduct. एक बार oviduct का diagram देखो. Oviduct करेंगे, उसके बाद uterus and vagina करेंगे. There are important facts about these secondary sexual structures which you should know. So एक बार देखो ये. Look at this diagram and let us just once एक बार देख लेते हैं कि क्या क्या है. So you have this oviduct. Oviduct are 2 in number. One arising from each of the ovaries, and oviduct are the ducts that carry the secondary oocyte to the, so oviduct are the ducts that carry the secondary oocyte to the site of fertilization. And what is the site of fertilization? The site of fertilization is the ampullary isthmic region. ठीक है, so चलो oviduct के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. Oviduct, we are talking about the oviduct. One on right side, one on left side. 2 oviducts. These are the female secondary sexual organs. So they help in the various reproductive processes. So they are approximately, we are talking about the oviduct. Other name is fallopian tube. Around 10 centimeters long. And what do? They have, what is the role of the oviduct? Oviduct का multiple role है. पहला तो it captures the, देखो यहाँ से there are some pores called ostia through which this, now inside the ovary, the secondary oocyte is released. So this oocyte enters into the, these finger-like projections are called fimbriae. There is a small pore called ostia through which the secondary oocyte enters the oviduct through these finger-like processes called fimbriae. तो एक तो उसका function हो गया of the of the oviduct to capture the oocyte. It captures the oocyte. It is the site of maturation of the oocyte. Now, what do you mean by site of maturation of the oocyte? I told you that the ovary releases the uh, ovum at the secondary oocyte stage. So this secondary oocyte goes and waits somewhere here for the sperm. Now, when the sperm comes via this route, so the nucleus of the sperm donates centrioles, and then secondary oocyte completes its metaphase 2. तो ये डेवलपमेंट भी यहीं पे होता है. So इसका functions would also be capturing the oocyte. Capturing oocyte अभी बताया, oocyte को capture करना after it is released from the ovary by the rupturing of the Graafian follicle. So oocyte को capture करना is one function. Then it is the site of maturation of the secondary oocyte. So the secondary oocyte also matures over here. And another important function is it is also the site of fertilization. What is the site of fertilization? And initial जो cleavage divisions होते हैं ना, जैसे once fertilization has taken place over here, तो zygote बनता है, zygote में cleavage divisions होते हैं, morula, blastula. I will teach you in the coming up classes. वो भी तो यही होते हैं, वो भी तो यहीं पे होते हैं. So this is also the site for initial cleavage reactions. Site for initial cleavage, मतलब zygote का cleavage जो होता है, zygotic cleavage reactions. So you can see that the oviduct is like very very important. बहुत important functions हैं उसके. And without oviduct, I think reproduction was impossible. So they are 2 in number, 10 centimeters in length, and they are funnel shaped. You can see unke different parts. What are the different parts of the fallopian tube? This funnel shaped infundibulum. Then you have that is close to the ovary. So you have the finger-like projections called fimbriae. Uske baad ka jo funnel shaped portion hai, that is infundibulum. And then you have the widest portion. This is the widest portion. This is widest. Is the ampulla. And after the ampulla, you have the isthmus. Now there is a small portion of the oviduct which goes into the uterus. This is the uterine part. All right. So what are the different parts of the oviduct? You have the fimbriae, you have the funnel shaped infundibulum, you have the ampulla, the white part, you have the isthmus, you have the uterine part. All right. So where does implantation take place? Implantation कहाँ पे होता है? Implantation takes place inside the uterus or the oviduct. Do you know this? Implantation takes place inside the oviduct. Sorry, implantation takes place inside the uterus. Ostia are the small pores. छोटे छोटे pores होते हैं ना जिनके through implantation कहाँ पे होता है? Implantation I'm going to teach you. ये होता है uterus में. I told you when the secondary oocyte is released, it is having this oolemma along with the zona pellucida and corona radiata. इस stage में, this is the nucleus. इस stage में it is released from the Graafian follicle. So this zona pellucida ensures that the implantation takes place in the uterus. Now, if by chance ये जो इसमें से secondary oocyte निकला, it loses its zona pellucida. So there is a chance that the that implantation may take place in the oviduct itself, and that becomes very very dangerous. That is very very dangerous, and it will result in this tubal pregnancy. And this is, and under such conditions, what happens? The fallopian tube needs to be removed. वो बहुत ही dangerous हो जाता है जब secondary oocyte का zona pellucida sometimes it dissolves, then you know what happens, उसको पता नहीं होता कहाँ पे implant होना है, तो वो यहीं पे आके implant हो जाता है fallopian tube में. And under such conditions what happens, fallopian tube में burst also, because वो उतना load थोड़ी ना ले पाएगा उसका. uterus में तो muscles होते हैं myometrium में, वो लोड ले पाते हैं, पर ये तो लोड नहीं ले पाएगा. सो ऐसे कंडीशंस में सर्जिकली रिमूव करना पड़ता है fallopian tube. This is a surgery that is performed. All right. So this is this is all you have to know about the fallopian tubes structure, but histology also you have to know कि अंदर उसके क्या होता है. What are the structures present inside the fallopian tube? What are the structures present inside the fallopian tube? Fallopian tube के अंदर क्या क्या structures present होते हैं? Do you know histology of fallopian tube? Fallopian tube के अंदर innermost layer is mucosa. उसके बाद muscular layer, then the outermost is serosa layer. Mucosa layer जो है ना, it is made up of epithelium and lamina propria. In tomorrow's class, I'm going to show you the layers which are present inside the oviduct, the histology of oviduct. Epithelium, what kind of cells are present in epithelium? You have the ciliated columnar epithelium. So उसमें cilia है, cilia beats and helps in the movement of the egg or the ovum towards the uterus. Muscular layer में circular muscles as well as longitudinal muscles, and they also help in peristalsis. And finally you have the serosa layer, So this is like very important, and iska diagram I'm going to show you tomorrow. Epithelium has got a very important role to play. ये जो epithelium है ना, इसमें ciliated columnar epithelium है और दो तरीके के cells है उसमें. Epithelium has got two kinds of cells. One is the ciliated cell and the other is peg-like cell. I'll tell you, peg-like cell. I'll make you write tomorrow. Just listen. Ciliated epithelium होता है जिसमें cilia होता है. Cilia beats एक conveyor belt के जैसा वो act करता है, and it conveys or moves the female gamete towards the uterus side, otherwise it will be stationary. ठीक है. और उसके साथ non-ciliated cells called peg cells, PEG, peg cells, and those have microvilli. Peg cells, you know what they do? They provide nutrition to that to the oocyte. So ये nutrition provide करते हैं peg cells, and ciliated epithelium have cilia that bring about the help in the movement of the oocyte. All right. Muscular layer is the middle layer जिसमें circular and longitudinal muscles है. They also help in peristalsis, contraction. So there are two hormones. दो हार्मोन हैं. Progesterone helps in relaxation of the muscular layer and maintains pregnancy, whereas oxytocin is another hormone that helps in stimulating contraction. So that is the labor-inducing birth hormone, you can say, oxytocin. So उनका असर muscular layer पे ही होता है. I mean, I'm talking about the uterus. So muscular layer is also present inside the fallopian tube. उसमें circular and longitudinal muscles हैं. And finally, the outer layer is the serosa. So we will stop over here, and I hope you have understood the menstrual cycle completely. If there are any doubts, please ask. And histology of the fallopian tube, we will continue from here.